I think we can all relate to this. Having boxes and boxes of old photos, tucked away somewhere. Maybe some VHS tapes with who even knows what's on them.
Oh, yeah.
It's like this mountain of memories, right?
Yeah.
Just waiting to be rediscovered.
Absolutely.
But what if you could turn this universal problem into a business? That's what we're diving into today. Personal archiving services.
Ooh, interesting.
It's more than just scanning old photos, right? It's about using technology to protect and share those memories, giving them new life.
Hmm.
Um, what jumps out at you about this as a business? Like, what's the scene like for someone wanting to get into this?
Well, what's really interesting is there are a few trends all coming together at the same time that are creating a lot of demand for this. We've got, like you said, the mountain of memories, right?
Right.
And that ties in with the whole minimalism thing that's going on.
Yeah.
People want less clutter,
Yeah.
but they don't want to lose those memories.
No, those are important.
They have emotional value, so that's where
Yeah.
these services come in. You can declutter without losing what's really precious.
Yeah, you're totally right. You're kind of future-proofing memories in a way.
Exactly.
And like you said, it's not a fad. This need to preserve memories will always be there, right? So it seems like a pretty good time to jump in.
Definitely.
But okay, let's talk practical stuff.
Okay. Yeah.
What kind of equipment do you absolutely need to get started with this?
Well, first off, you're going to need a good scanner.
Okay,
But you have choices even within scanners.
right.
If you're dealing with those delicate old photos, you really want a flatbed scanner with a high DPI.
I see.
That way you capture every detail.
Yeah.
But for those stacks of documents, you're going to want a sheet-fed scanner.
Oh, so it's more efficient.
Much more efficient.
Okay, that makes sense. So choosing the right scanner is like picking the right tool for the job. What about those old home videos, like those VHS tapes, maybe some old camcorder recordings hiding in a closet somewhere?
Yes, we all have those, right?
Yes.
Grainy footage, questionable fashion choices.
Maybe some bad haircuts in there too.
Oh, for sure. For those, you'll need some video conversion equipment.
Okay.
There are devices you can get that connect directly to your computer,
Ah, okay.
and those will let you transfer the footage from VHS tapes, camcorders, even old DVDs.
So you're like bridging the gap between those old formats and our digital world?
Exactly.
Okay. And once you have everything digitized, what about making those old photos look their best? Photo editing software comes in here, right?
Absolutely. You'll want to be able to touch up those old photos,
Mm.
remove scratches, maybe adjust the color balance, even add a little artistic flair. That's where photo editing software really comes in.
Oh, yeah. Being able to see a faded photo come back to life must be pretty amazing.
It really is.
Okay, so we can scan just about anything.
Yeah.
But what are people actually looking for beyond just having those files on a hard drive? What makes a personal archiving service really special?
It's organization. It's all about organization.
Okay.
Imagine you hand someone a hard drive with thousands of files all just dumped on there.
It would be overwhelming.
Completely.
Mm.
Instead, think themed folders, digital albums,
Yeah.
even interactive family trees.
Oh.
That's where you add value,
Hmm.
making those memories easy to access and enjoy.
Yeah, you're turning a jumbled box into like a digital museum.
Exactly.
So digitization and organization. Are there any other services that you've seen be popular with people?
Photo restoration, like we talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and the editing is always popular.
Mhm.
But more and more people are also looking for secure cloud storage and backup solutions.
I see.
It's about that peace of mind, knowing those memories are safe no matter what.
It's like you become the guardian of those memories.
Yeah.
You're not just digitizing, but also providing that extra layer of security and convenience.
Absolutely.
So you've got the skills, you've invested in the equipment, but how do you actually find those clients who need this service?
On marketing. Marketing is key.
Okay.
And the good news is there are some really effective strategies perfect for personal archiving services.
Yeah.
Social media is your friend. Before and after photos
Ah,
of those restored images. Client testimonials. Pure gold.
they love those.
Absolutely. And think local.
Mhm.
Partner with community centers, senior centers,
Yeah.
genealogy groups.
So you're going where the people who value preserving memories already are.
Exactly.
Makes sense. What else?
Yeah.
Are there any other ways to kind of position yourself as the go-to person for this in your area?
Content marketing can be really powerful.
Okay.
Share your expertise.
like that.
Write blog posts with tips on organizing family history
Mm.
or create video tutorials on digitizing old photos. You're not just selling a service, you're establishing yourself as the expert.
Right. So you're sharing your knowledge and your passion, and that helps build trust.
Exactly.
attracting those clients who are looking for exactly what you offer. Speaking of passion, I want to talk about those moments when families rediscover those
Okay.
memories. What's it like to be a part of that? What kind of impact does that have, not just on the clients, but on you?
It's it's honestly, it's really remarkable to see it firsthand,
Mm.
you know, to see how powerful these rediscovered memories can be.
Yeah.
I've seen families like brought to tears,
Oh,
discovering lost photos, and it's like their history is coming alive again.
right in front of them.
Yeah, and then there's the laughter
Yeah.
when they're watching those old home videos, reliving those moments. And sometimes it's just quiet reflection,
Yeah.
a sense of connection to their ancestors.
Through those old letters and
Yeah,
documents. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. You're not just handing them files, you're handing them pieces of their past.
that's it.
It's really something. You mentioned earlier how technology is always evolving in this field.
Right,
It's not just about saving what we have now, but how we'll capture and store memories in the future.
right.
What are you excited about? What's on the horizon? What should someone starting this business be paying attention to?
Well, one thing that immediately comes to mind is artificial intelligence,
Hmm?
AI. Think about software that could not only organize and scan all those photos, but identify who's in them,
Hmm?
tag them, even create those interactive family trees.
Automatically.
Yeah, we're already seeing some of that technology.
Wow, that would be a game changer.
It really would.
Instead of going through hundreds of photos by hand,
Exactly.
it's like you have a digital assistant just for your memories. Are there any other advancements you're looking forward to?
The rise of virtual reality and augmented reality is pretty exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Imagine putting on a VR headset and you're suddenly back at your grandparents' wedding.
Wow.
You're right there in the room, experiencing it firsthand.
Wow.
Or using augmented reality to see those old photos with historical information overlaid.
So you're not just preserving the past, you're making it an experience.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
taking those memories to a whole new level. But all this amazing tech, it comes with responsibility, right?
Oh, definitely.
We've talked about AI, VR. Are there any ethical concerns we should be thinking about as this stuff becomes more common in personal archiving?
That's a really important question.
Yeah.
As these technologies get more and more advanced, we need to be very careful about what it all means. For example, how do we make sure the AI used to ID people and tag photos is fair?
Yeah, that's a good point.
How do we protect people's privacy with VR when recreating past experiences? There's a lot to discuss.
We need to have those conversations now while things are developing.
Absolutely.
We've covered a lot of ground,
Well, yeah.
the equipment, the ethics of new tech. But for someone who's seriously thinking about starting this kind of business, how do they go from idea to actually launching?
Well, the first step is to figure out your niche. Who are you trying to reach? Families, individuals, small businesses. What services will you offer? Once you have that clear vision, you can work on a business plan.
Okay,
Get funding if you need it. Start buying the equipment.
makes sense.
Then it's setting up your workspace, creating a professional website and social media presence, and starting to market those services.
Planning, preparation, and putting yourself out there. What are some of the biggest challenges someone might face starting out? I imagine standing out in a growing market is one.
You got it.
Yeah.
As more people realize how important it is to save those memories, there's going to be more competition. So you have to find a way to differentiate yourself.
Okay, yeah.
Maybe it's specialized services,
Mhm.
competitive pricing, outstanding customer service, a really strong brand. It could be a combination of all those things.
Finding your unique spot in the world of personal archiving.
Exactly.
Once you've got those clients, what's the key to making sure they're happy with what you deliver?
You have to manage their expectations,
Yeah.
especially when it comes to photo restoration.
Okay.
Sometimes damage is just too far gone, or the results might not be what the client was picturing. You have to be honest about what's possible, set realistic deadlines, and communicate clearly through the whole process.
It's like any creative service. You have to balance what the client wants with what's actually doable.
That's a great way to put it.
But in the end, I bet the real payoff is seeing how happy your clients are when you give them their memories back.
Oh, absolutely.
What are some of your most memorable client experiences? The ones that really stick with you?
Oh, I have so many. I once worked with this woman. She had boxes and boxes of old photos and letters.
Yeah.
Her father had kept them. He was a World War II veteran. And through those materials, she learned so much about her dad that she never knew.
Wow.
She gained a much deeper understanding of his experiences during the war. And seeing that connection, how profoundly she connected with his story, it was really moving.
That's amazing. You're not just saving photos and videos, you're saving history and legacies.
It's true.
You're like a custodian of time. Any other stories come to mind? Moments that show just how powerful this work can be?
Another one that stands out,
Mm.
it involved a family that had lost their home in a fire a few years ago.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, everyone was safe, but
Oh,
they thought all their photos and videos were gone.
oh, that's heartbreaking.
It was. I was actually able to recover some of their digital photos from some old cloud backups and social media.
Really?
And seeing their faces when I gave them back those memories, it was just a powerful reminder of why I do this work.
That must have been incredible. It really shows how deeply connected we are to our memories and how important it is to know that those moments are safe. Before we go to the final part of our deep dive, is there anything you'd like to leave our listener with?
I think the biggest takeaway is that personal archiving is more than just technology and business.
Okay.
It's about connecting with people, understanding their stories, and helping them preserve what matters most. If you come to this work with passion, with empathy, and a genuine desire to make a difference, you'll find it incredibly rewarding, both personally and professionally.
Beautifully said. Now, listener, before we move on to the final part of our deep dive, we want to hear from you. What resonates most with you about personal archiving? What questions do you have? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and we'll be back soon to explore. Welcome back to our deep dive into personal archiving services. We've talked about the equipment, the business side of things, even touched on some of the ethical stuff.
Right.
But I want to go back to the human element,
Okay.
because ultimately this isn't just about files and folders, right?
No, not at all.
It's about people and their stories.
Absolutely. Capturing those moments that make us who we are
Yeah.
as individuals, as families. It's understanding how important those memories are and treating them with care and respect.
You've shared some really powerful client stories.
Yeah.
But what are some of the intangible rewards you get from this work? What's it like to be a part of helping people rediscover their past?
It's amazing.
Mm.
To see the joy, the laughter, sometimes even tears as families rediscover these lost treasures.
Mhm.
I've seen boxes of old photos turn into these vibrant stories.
Yeah.
Connecting generations. It's like watching a puzzle come together.
It's like you're not just preserving memories, you're preserving legacies.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And as technology changes, the way we tell those stories is only going to get more immersive. We talked about AI, VR. How do you see those changing the future of personal archiving?
Well, imagine interactive family trees,
Okay.
where each branch leads to photos, videos, audio recordings, even written stories,
Wow.
or virtual reality experiences that take you back to your grandparents' wedding day.
You're right there with them.
Yeah,
It's incredible.
it is mind-blowing. We're going way beyond those static albums to really experience those memories.
Absolutely.
But with all this potential, what advice would you give to our listener who's ready to start their own personal archiving service? How do they build a successful business?
I'd say never forget the human connection.
You're not just dealing with data, you're dealing with people's lives, their most precious memories. Approach every project with empathy, with a genuine desire to help them save and share their stories.
That's great advice.
And never stop learning. This is a field that's always changing, so stay curious, embrace new technology, and try to always go above and beyond for your clients.
Beautifully said. It's this amazing blend of technology, history, and really heartfelt service. It's about protecting the past and shaping the future of how those memories are experienced. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It's been truly insightful.
It's been my pleasure.
And listener, we hope this exploration of personal archiving services has given you some valuable insights and maybe even inspired you. It's a field with so much potential, both for people who want to preserve their own family history and for those who want to build a business around this need. So whether you're digging out those old photo albums or thinking about starting your own archiving service, remember, every memory has a story waiting to be told. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive.